Megalodon versus sperm whale. Who do you think would win a fight between these two ocean giants? Marks from the attack, preserved as gouges out of the sperm whale's tooth, are the first evidence in the fossil record that mega-toothed sharks tussled with sperm whales. So we have the largest toothed whale versus the largest shark. Who would win? Well, we will find out, comparing each of them. Megalodon, a member of an extinct species of megatoothed shark that is considered to be the largest shark, as well as the largest fish that ever lived. Fossils attributed to Megalodon have been found dating from the early Miocene epoch, which began 23.03 million years ago, to the end of the Pliocene epoch, 2.58 million years ago. The word Megalodon, a compound of Greek root words, means giant tooth. Sperm whales are totally unique. Colossal giants of the deep, their presence commands a reverent awe. They possess the largest brain in the animal kingdom and spend much of their lives in the light-starved depths of the oceans hunting prey. Unlike the baleen whales, sperm whales are active predators, specializing in large squids in the deep sea, but also eating large bony fishes and sharks. What do they look like? Megalodon was the largest fish ever known. Tooth-shaped similarities between Megalodon and modern great white sharks suggest that the two species may have been close relatives, and thus Megalodon likely resembled that species in appearance. That is, as a bulky torpedo-shaped fish with a conical snout, large pectoral and dorsal fins, and a strong crescent-shaped tail. Estimates suggest it grew to between 50 to 59 feet, 15 and 18 meters in length, 3 times longer than the largest recorded great white shark. Megalodon teeth are similar to those of modern white sharks in that they are triangular, serrated, and symmetrical. The largest extant Megalodon tooth measures 6.9 inches, 17.8 centimeters in length. In addition, Megalodon possessed a ferocious bite. Its bite diameter was about 9.8 feet, 3 meters. Studies estimate that adult body mass ranged from roughly about 66,000 pounds, 30 metric tons, to more than 143,000 pounds, 65 metric tons, adult females being larger than adult males. Male sperm whales can reach up to 59 feet, 18 meters long, and weigh up to 62.8 tons, 57 metric tons. Females are smaller and max out at 36 feet, 11 meters long, and weigh up to 16.5 tons, 15 metric tons. The mighty sperm whales look nothing like any other whale. For a start, they each have an enormous square-shaped head, which accounts for around a third of their body length. They have stumpy dorsal fins and 2 relatively small pectoral fins on either side of their wrinkle-covered bodies. Even a sperm whale's blowhole is different, just a single exhalation which rises to the left. Perhaps their most recognizable trait, though, is their jaw, containing up to 52 cone-shaped teeth in the lower half, weighing 2.2 pounds, a kilo each. Where did or do they live? Megalodon was adapted to warm tropical and subtropical locations around the globe. The species was so widely spread that Megalodon teeth have been found on every continent except Antarctica. We can find lots of their teeth off the east coast of North America, along the coasts and at the bottom of saltwater creeks and rivers of North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida. They are also quite common off the coast of Morocco and parts of Australia. Sperm whales inhabit all of the world's oceans. Their distribution is dependent on their food source and suitable conditions for breeding, and varies with the sex and age composition of the group. Sperm whale migrations are not as predictable or well understood as migrations of baleen whales. Some populations appear to have different migration patterns by life history status, with adult males making long oceanographic migrations into temperate waters, whereas females and young staying in tropical waters year-round. What do they eat? The Megalodon was a top-of-the-food-chain predator. It fed on other big marine mammals like whales and dolphins. It may have even eaten other sharks. Researchers think the Megalodon would first attack the flipper and tails of the mammals to prevent them from swimming away, then go in for the kill. The Megalodon's 276 serrated teeth were the perfect tool for ripping flesh. These sharks also had a ferocious bite. While humans have been measured to have a bite force of around 1,317 newtons, researchers have estimated that the Megalodon had a bite force between 108,514 and 182,201 newtons. Sourcing their food from the ocean depths, sperm whales use a highly advanced echolocation system that enables them to navigate in this murky, cold world. A firm favorite amongst sperm whales, giant squid top the menu. Unlike many creatures featured in literature and folklore, giant squid really do exist. But even at over 10 meters in length, they are no match for a sperm whale. That said, they put up a good fight, and many whales carry the scars of their underwater encounters. More manageable smaller squid, octopus, fish, and crustaceans are also appetizing treats, as well as some deep-dwelling sharks. How do they behave in the wild? Because they preyed on much larger food, the hunting behavior of this species was different than any other alive today. The fossilized remains of whales with megalodon bite marks suggest that the sharks targeted vital organs. Researchers also believed they may have rammed into their prey to crush or stun it. While it is impossible to speculate the exact reproductive strategies of these sharks, we do have some estimation of their life cycle. Like all sharks, megalodons would have been self-sufficient and capable of hunting soon after birth. Sperm whales are often spotted in groups called pods of some 15 to 20 animals. Pods include females and their young, while males may roam solo or move from group to group. They can cruise the oceans at around 23 miles per hour. Sperm whales are vocal and emit a series of clangs that may be used for communication or for echolocation. Animals that use echolocation emit sounds that travel underwater until they encounter objects, then bounce back to their senders, revealing the location, size, and shape of their target. What if a megalodon fought a sperm whale? Who would win? The sperm whale was the largest toothed whale on the planet. This whale had the largest brain of any animal and was no doubt the king of the deep. Megalodon was the largest shark to ever live in the seas. It would seem that these giant sharks were preying on whatever they wanted to, and no marine animal was safe from attacks from these giant sharks. In my opinion, because the exact size of the megalodon is not known, this fight can have two options. The first would be for the megalodon to be the same size as the sperm whale. In this case, I think the megalodon would win this fight. Why? First of all, the megalodon is used to hunting whales. Sperm whales are more used to hunting giant squid. So I think the megalodon fighting experience in this case is better. A second reason would be the bite force. Sperm whales have a weaker bite force than a killer whale, or under 19,000 psi. Megalodon, on the other hand, has a much stronger bite force at about 40,000 psi. So I think in this case, the Megalodon will be the winner. He is also known to fight Leviathan, who is an evolved sperm whale. In the second case, the sperm whale is larger than the Megalodon. Sperm whales are known for their rams. Therefore, using its echolocation, the sperm whale can find out the position of the shark by attacking it and rams it sideways with force. The sperm whale will damage the shark's internal organs and will break its spine with this blow. The Megalodon will be paralyzed, unable to breathe or move, so the sperm whale will end the fight. I don't know if the Megalodon could bite the sperm whale, considering that it has a thick layer of fat. However, I think it could damage the sperm whale somehow due to their big bite force. I need to tip the scales in favor of the sperm whale. It will probably win the fight in 60 to 70% of cases. What is your opinion? I'm waiting to read it in the comments. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button.